that got picked up.
Well, welcome back to the 6th episode of Not Fully Qualified. I'm Sarah.
I'm Taylor.
And this podcast is all about real talk as we navigate adulthood, careers, building a life together, getting married, waffles burping, and everything in between.
Even if we don't have it all figured out,
We're figuring it out together.
yay.
So, what are our updates from the week?
Well, this past Friday, we celebrated our 6th year being together as a couple.
Yeah, huge.
And we are getting married within almost 30
About
days.
a month.
About a month.
Which is kind of surreal.
So yeah, on Friday night we celebrated our 6-year wedding anniversary. No, our 6-year dating anniversary.
Yeah.
And we celebrated in the best possible way, I would say. We each had our own favorite meals.
Yep.
You got homemade pasta.
Yep, made with pasta we bought in Italy.
Yes.
I was kind of inspired by finally cracking open our 12-year aged balsamic the other week when I made a salad.
Oh, it was so good.
And that pasta's been sitting in the pantry for over a year now, and I was like, I gotta use it.
I did have to look up if pasta went bad because I was like, what if this is stale?
Oh, I was like, I'm risking it. I didn't even check.
It said it was like good for like a year or 2 years or something like that. As long as it didn't have any mold or like smell funky, you're good to
It's
go.
also made in Italy, so I feel like it's high quality. And it was the kind that has the loop at the end because the Nonas said that that's the best kind of pasta to use because it means it was dried over some kind of drying rack.
Yeah, like hung dry or something.
And so they say that that's the best kind of pasta to use. So we bought it there.
Yeah, so what kind of pasta did you make?
I made carbonara. That was my first time making it. So I used pancetta and then...
Was that the little bacon bits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was pretty easy. I mean, I will say I didn't necessarily nail it, but it was fairly easy.
I just thought it was like a little heavy on the pepper side of things. I don't know.
Yeah, which lately you've been really feeling that because you've been doing just salt, no pepper on a lot of things, including the steak, which I kind of under-seasoned. It was a little bit hard because I'm not used to the salt being so fine, so I think I was a little scared of over-seasoning it, but like you said, it's harder to over-season.
Especially when you have like inch and a half cut steak.
Lesson learned, but at least you can always add.
Yeah. It was fine once you added the salt.
So we had steak and then made a little bit prosciutto e melone, if that's how you say it.
That is just prosciutto e melone.
But it has an E and it's Italian.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I could be wrong. We never learned how to actually pronounce it when we were in Italy. But we ate, that was our favorite appetizer.
Yeah, everywhere we
prosciutto and
ate
cantaloupe.
in Italy, we definitely had that.
It was amazing. I mean, that with the Aperol Spritz, that's like perfect summer in Italy vibes. So with cantaloupe being on kind of its last leg of the summer season, we had some in the fridge.
Hopefully not, because we just bought 6 cantaloupes.
Bought 6 when we went to Costco. Whoops. But
hopefully
these
not out of season yet.
Might be the last of the summer. And then, we were just missing our Aperol Spritz and gelato. I did make these little protein cottage cheese cups for
really
dessert,
good.
But if only we had gelato, that would have really...
I mean, I closed my eyes and imagined that I was eating gelato, and I felt it.
He felt it.
I felt it.
Yeah, so wanted to bring us back because Italy was one of our favorite places that we visited last summer, and just felt like a home-cooked meal. I mean, we usually prefer to do home-cooked meals. It is nice to go out every once in a while and also to not have to do dishes.
You and I haven't been out to dinner in a really long time.
So long.
But
yeah, just us.
you and
Just
I.
us, yeah. Partly because we've been saving money for the wedding, and then last year we were saving money to go to Europe. But then also partly because we like cooking, so tend to, especially with you and your steaks. I mean, I think you cook at least equally good of steaks, so it's kind of hard to... I guess I made these ones, but it's kind of hard to go out and spend double, triple that on steaks and know you can kind of make it at home. So
what was really eye-opening was I was watching this YouTuber and he went to the steakhouse and he like shot a picture of the menu, and then I took the menu and I shot a picture of that, and then I went to ChatGPT and I was like, what are these steaks like cost per
Right.
pound? It was, some of the steaks were like $89 a pound or like $79 a pound, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what? Like when we buy that whole thing for the New York strip loin, it was like $13.99 a pound or $14.99 a pound.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy.
And you've been loving eating steak every day still?
Oh, yeah,
Because
every
you've been
day.
eating it for breakfast, and then sometimes you've been eating it for dinner too.
Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it. And the whole, the chuck eye, the whole thing that I bought, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The YouTube video that I saw, everyone was like commenting on it and like crapping on the guy. He's like, oh, this tastes like leather. You're chewing leather, blah, blah, blah. So I was really nervous, but I was like, out of all those that I had, every single piece is pretty dang edible and not leather, I would say. I mean,
that sounds like a technique issue, probably.
I don't know.
If it got leathery.
I mean, you've had some bites of it. It tastes pretty good, right?
Was that the Wagyu was the one that we sous vide that ended up a little bit chewy,
the whole thing was a Wagyu chuck roll.
Okay. So I think we realized in the sous vide we need to turn up the heat a little bit because I think it was a little too under, and that's what made it really chewy. Yeah. But whenever you've cooked it just on the cast iron stove, it's been super good, and I love the kind of burnt ends that you get from it. It's been really good. Yeah, I think you've mastered that. We also finally got back into pickleball, because we had a
shake off the rust.
Small
on that
hiatus
one.
since we went to Sun Soaked the weekend before, and we got back into it. The first 2 games, I'd say, went pretty well. I feel like I had some good spikes, and I was, pretty on my game for the level that I'm at, and then it kind of went downhill. we did get pickled, which means we got beat when we got 0 points.
Big fat donut.
And then after that too, we didn't get pickled, but I think we only got like 1 or 2 points.
Yeah, I think we played 3 or 4 games, and I think by like game 4 or game 3, we were kind of like
it was starting
down,
to go downhill.
And then game 4, we just got like worked, and it was like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, and it was starting to get really crowded. It was nice because it was overcast for once in the morning, so it didn't get super hot out until kind of when we were leaving, which I really liked because that makes a difference. I've been wearing long sleeves because I'm scared of the mosquitoes, because I always see these mosquitoes swarming me since I get bitten like crazy, and I'm kind of allergic to mosquito bites, so mine swell up and are incredibly itchy for an extremely long amount of time, and then they scar. So I don't want that. I don't need any new scars for the wedding. Whoa. Also, we have Jinx, Jet, and Waffles today.
The trifecta.
Special. So you should watch us on YouTube so you can actually see them, or in the little video that you might be able to see on Spotify and maybe Apple Podcasts. I actually haven't checked if the little video plays on there.
It's not a little video on Spotify. When you turn
it
it sideways,
full?
yeah, it's like a full screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've ever turned it sideways. Yeah. And then after pickleball, we did our weekly Costco run. This time we actually stocked up for 2 weeks because we kind of have another busy weekend coming up. Mm-hmm. And we accidentally got the 6 cantaloupe because you got 2 packs of 2.
Yeah, because you asked me to like investigate the cantaloupe.
Yeah,
so
and
I was
thought
like investigating.
You'd see, because in the cart, on the little top shelf of the cart, I already had it. Yeah, so I assumed you put mine back, or you just got it one more set.
Costco sells their cantaloupes in a bag of 2. So then I was like smelling these, and I was like, oh, these are good ones. And I put these ones over here, and I smelled some other ones. And so I put 2 in the cart, and then I was like, they're kind of small. Let me grab 2 more. And then so I put another bag in the cart. And then when we got home, I was like pulling the stuff out, like separating and organizing things. And I'm like, how the hell did we come up with 3 bags of cantaloupes? Now we have 6 flipping cantaloupes.
And none of them are even close to being ripe
none
right
of them are
now.
going to be ripe. And they're all going to pop at once.
Yep.
And I'm just hoping that they're good.
Well, we're going to have to maybe eat more prosciutto and melone if they turn out well.
I'm just hoping they're good.
And then on Sunday, you guys, the local groomsmen, had a suit fitting with you.
Yes, we did.
I feel like it went pretty well. Everyone was pretty much on time, especially for all being I realized
Almost
all of
dads.
the guys,
They're all dads.
they're
actually.
all dads.
Yeah, they're all dads.
And they all have at least 3 kids.
Yeah, and they all showed up on time.
Yeah, which I was like,
Which is
wow.
great.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, so we got our suits fitted. It's almost going to be like a kind of a custom suit. They're doing a lot of alterations to the jacket and some alterations to the pants.
Yeah,
so
I didn't get to see.
About that.
Yeah, we didn't get. The guys were kind of bummed that you didn't come out and show us sort of what it was going to look like. They wanted to yell yes to the dress when you came out.
Kind of bummed I didn't come out though.
They were planning that. They're like, as soon as he comes out, we're gonna yell that.
Nice.
And then then you have a few who are out of town who are just kind of having to figure out alterations on their own.
Which I hope that they get it done right.
Yes, that's the only nerve-wracking thing. Yeah. But hopefully everyone's fitted and like.
Because he was really doing some adjustments on the back of these coats, and I don't know if those boys outside of towns are going to be getting that fine adjustment on their coats or not.
It's tough. So hoping that they're able to figure that out.
I hope so. They're big boys
and look really sharp. Yeah, they are. And then we also got to go to a seafood bake or clam bake.
Clam bake. It's officially called the clam bake.
Yeah, with your family. So your brothers and their kids. There was 7 kids.
7 kids and 5. No, sorry. 7 kids and
including 2 babies.
6 adults. 2, 4, 5 adults? No.
5 adults. Yeah, because one of your sister-in-laws wasn't able. She was working.
And it was great. So. It was an all-you-can-eat lobster tail, prime rib, oysters, clams, shrimp. Oh my God, it was so good.
They had like I think it's in jalapeno cornbread, but it wasn't spicy at all.
I don't think it's in jalapeno on there.
Oh, maybe I was just making that up. Cornbread with honey butter.
And for everyone that doesn't know, the months that end in burr, so September, October, November, December, those are all the months for the shellfish season.
Yeah,
so
which
crab,
I never knew.
Crab, lobster, those are like, this is the time.
Yeah, Taylor told me that. I didn't know that. I'm kind of I eat crab all year round when I want it.
This is the
but there's
best time
specific
to get
months that it's the best time to get it. So that was nice to have. It was a nice little treat. It was fun to see the kiddos.
I definitely ate a lot. I think I had
and the prime rib was good. Sometimes prime rib is hit or miss. Can be a little
so
dry.
Good. Oh my God.
It was really good.
It was so good. I couldn't get enough of it.
It was really good. And
I had 4 slices of prime rib and 4 lobster tails.
But they were halves. The lobsters are half tails. But it was nice because they kind of baked it with almost like scallops maybe.
Yeah, it was something extra in there.
And then they put like the claw, meat, which also I just love that you don't have to work that hard.
That was a solid piece.
Yeah, to get the meat out because that's my...
They haven't done that in the past years. I don't remember them doing that.
That's my biggest complaint about lobster, crabs, any of that. It's a lot of work.
I don't understand you.
You can get stabbed a few times.
It's not a lot of work.
I've been stabbed a few times.
It's not a lot of work if you know what you're doing. You just gotta know where to crack it and know where to pull and know where to...
I just like eating
slurp it up.
I just like eating it. So...
Yeah. You're there for the easy part.
Yeah, exactly. I'm there for the tasting. But that was fun, and it was fun to see the kids. And one of your nephews, who was born in January, I think we've only seen him. We haven't seen him since basically he was born. I think.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe once or twice, but he was like napping or something.
Yeah, he's born in January.
But he looks so different already. I mean, it's so crazy how fast they grow. He's gotten a lot bigger. He's big. He's very defined face. Yeah, it's just I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Yeah. He looks so different. You see time fly on when you look at kids. That's when you can really see it. Because with us, it's we age a lot slower. Thankfully,
I don't change very often.
But you see it with kids because you're like, oh my gosh, you've grown so much, or you're taller, or you're this, or you're that. I mean.
Yeah, seeing when we had our wedding shower, seeing Mia, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, your younger cousin.
She was so tall.
They shot up. I know, she's taller than me. She's taller than me.
It's insane.
And it was we saw her at Thanksgiving, and she was tall, but she was a couple inches shorter than me, and all of a sudden now she's taller than me. Yeah. It's just weird. Yeah. Now I understand, when we were kids, and you'd always have
aunts and
older,
uncles,
and they'd always be like, you've grown so much, or and you're like, okay.
Yeah, what?
Sure.
I'm just the same.
But now you can see a huge difference. Yeah,
and I'm getting them confused too, and I'm like, oh God. bad.
Getting them confused?
So bad.
You're getting all the names confused?
Yeah, or so I'm just like, I don't see them often enough, and then like I'm like, I get
True,
them like
you
confused.
You did.
And I'm like, oh my god, that's not you.
That's funny.
Sorry.
How many times did that happen with you and your brothers?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time.
I feel like your mom still does it.
My mom and dad both mix this up. So they call me Connor. They call me all sorts of names.
Yeah, which is your nephew, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
The funniest mix-up that I ever heard was when my mom was mad and she was yelling at my brother, but she called him Lucky, which is our dog, because she was used to yelling at her dog.
That's hilarious.
That was the best mix-up I heard.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, okay, so wedding planning updates now that we've hit the almost 1 month mark. So coming up, I have my final dress fitting.
Yeah, it's happening on Wednesday.
Crazy. On Thursday.
Thursday.
So exactly.
What does that entail? What are they doing?
So the alteration should be done. So like that should be the final dress, as long as I'm happy with it and they did what they said they were gonna do and it fits as well as, they measured it to. So hopefully that's it. Hopefully no other alterations are needed. I don't know if that's a common thing to expect or not, but
no eating crazy amounts of food.
Yeah, I mean, she said I'm good, and I've like stayed the same, which is I was kind of expecting that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So exactly, no getting crazy, no eating a bunch of gelato all the time, but I'm excited because it's like you see it kind of like with you, like you see it with the pins and stuff, so you kind of have a sense of it, but it'll be cool to see it actually.
Are you
done.
excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. And your mom's gonna come. I invited your mom to come since my mom's up in Washington and my bridesmaids are up in Washington. So I invited your mom to come and also to help video the bustling of the dress, because in case it's complicated. I've never had
bustling.
So if your dress is kind of longer, they put these little loops in so that when I'm going, like when we're doing our first dance, that the dress can be bustled so it can be kind of put up into itself, so it's not this huge thing, otherwise you'd be stepping on it and tearing it and all this stuff. So basically they have these just little loops, but I've never had to do it myself, so I don't know how complicated it is. So I just asked your mom to come. So one, there'd be somebody who was at the wedding who actually saw it being done, but also
do
so
not
she
count
can.
on my mom.
I mean, but also so she can record it. So, but my wedding planner said that she's done a lot of dresses, her and the assistants, so they should be able to figure it out, but they said even better if there's a video. So actually, I think your mom will probably be off the hook, and so will my bridesmaids, because I think usually bridesmaids or your mom or something like that help traditionally, but we have some professionals on hand just in case. Just in case.
You're gonna trust your mom to help you?
I mean, I probably would trust the wedding planner first.
Has your mom found an outfit yet?
No, but she has some on their way, some additional ones. Okay. Unfortunately,
so we're getting somewhere.
This has been a big pain point. My mom doesn't really like getting dressed up, and neither does my dad. They've been passive-aggressively / also directly complaining about having to get dressed up. They wanted
a Hawaiian wedding.
Yeah, they just want to wear oversized t-shirts, shorts, and slippers. Like that would be their ideal, even though that's not what they wore to their wedding. Yeah. But that's what they would love to be comfortable in.
They're being good sports about it, though.
For the most part, yes. My dad has his suit rented already, already in the works, so that's at least covered. But my mom, unfortunately, I found she was wanting to wear pants, which I'm fine with. But unfortunately, the first outfit she found was mostly black. And since we're kind of doing a more natural palette, we had some professional input that we should actually avoid black for anybody who's in the wedding party, because it's just a little harsh and would stand out not in a good way compared to what everybody else is going to be wearing. So then I had to tell her, sorry, nix that, which obviously she was mad about. And then I found some options on Amazon. And unfortunately, my mom, who's not very tech savvy, has had the worst experience.
Yeah, unfortunately.
with these. Chinese vendors, and they've been really difficult about a return and a refund, and it sounds like they're giving her more of a tough time than I've ever had experience with. And so being someone who
usually Amazon's like you just press return
yes,
and you're good to go.
Yes, but I guess these like straight, like she had to pay for shipping for these, and then supposedly it's supposed to be free returns, and they were trying to be like, if we give you $25 off, will you just keep it? And she's like, no, because it was like $150, so it's still paying $125 for something I don't want. And then they said something about there's supposed to be free returns, so she was asking them for a label, and then they asked her for a barcode. And she's like, wait, what? Am I supposed to? I'm like, do not pay.
Yeah.
Like,
do not.
You need to involve Amazon. They need to get their vendor in check. Like,
yeah.
I've never had this happen before.
Never.
Even when it's been from a Chinese vendor.
Yeah,
like, I've never had this issue. So, unfortunately, of course, it had to happen to her. So then she said she doesn't want to order anything from online. So we're still in process, but she has a few options coming. So fingers crossed that something works out. I think she's broadened her horizons from pants, because unfortunately there's not too many pants options for Mother of the Bride kind of outfits. So hopefully she just finds something that I'm not even going to hold out hope for that she loves it. I'm just hoping that she's fine with it. It's just the best.
You didn't want to bring up a dress idea? Or?
No, she is. I think she is looking into dresses because the pants situation just was very
slim.
Yeah, very limited inventory. And I found a site that carries it, but then I don't know. I've never ordered from there. I've never heard of anyone ordering from there. So I just like, I found some options, but I can't vouch for it. And so she didn't want to risk it. So I think she's going with maybe a dress option. But hopefully she finds something soon, because that'll be nice to not hear about that ever again.
I need to find some shoes, actually.
Yeah, you need to find some shoes. Yeah.
You start breaking them in.
Yeah, you need to find some shoes. You need to start breaking them in. I've been trying to break mine in the house. Probably not enough still, but for at least like an hour a day, just walking around, or even if I'm just sitting down, just to try to loosen them up. So, yeah, because I haven't figured out if I'm going to change. The problem with my dress is that if I change my shoe height, then the dress might be too long and drag, So I don't know if I can change my shoes. Is the problem. Because my heels aren't that tall, but they are taller than sneakers or something would be. So I might just have to suck it up. And this is cute. This is brotherly love getting cleaned, but it always kind of ends up
into a boxing match.
In a silent WWE match.
Yep,
here we go. Somebody bit somebody too hard. Yep. Somebody wants to get cleaned more.
There it is.
What cracks me up though is just completely silent.
Right place.
The other exciting news is that our wedding bands should be finished this week, so we get to try them on.
To try those on.
And make sure that's exactly what we want. And if there's any tweaks there,
yeah,
we have
he
some
said
time.
you saw him today, and he said that they're going to be.
Yeah, I ran into him, and one of Taylor's family friends is making it for us. He's a jeweler, and yeah, he said they should be finished this week, so he'll reach out to you. So that's exciting.
Sweet.
We can make sure that those feel good.
Sweet.
And I will say my fail of the week was that there was only 2 signs that I needed professionally printed.
Such a bummer.
Because they were so big. So my mom, one of the things that I did was, I care about the signage in terms of just you want it to look good, but I don't care that much about the signage, so it wasn't something that I wanted to spend that much of our budget on. Like, I would way rather have spent that on the DJ or on, making sure the food's good, making sure our outfits are good, that kind of stuff. So I made 99% of the I made all of the signage in Canva. And then my mom has a Cricut, so a way for her to have a project, and something that she also kind of was volunteering for was to help print our signage. So pretty much all of our signage is under an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And so that can be done through a Cricut. So that's anything from just table signage for the different tables, to our bar sign, to dessert labels, to the little name cards that have the meal indicators on them. But the 2 signs that I had to get professionally printed was the welcome sign, because you want kind of a bigger sign, as well as the seating chart, because our seating chart, we have 15 tables, and each table can fit 10 people. So you need it pretty big, and you need it to be visible and people to be able to easily read it, especially from, a little bit of a distance. So I got them. It took a while because it was, for some reason, the images were coming out a little blurry. And so I had to work with the online team that I was ordering from, finally get them. I'm like, I hope they look good, because they look good on my laptop, but on my bigger screen, they were still a little blurry. So I was a little worried, but they came. Good news, printing looks great. It's clear, there's no blurry names or designs. Bad news is it was literally bent in the middle, I'm guessing in transportation, but literally, and the 2 signs were facing the printed signs towards each other, so the welcome sign is completely ruined. Just huge
so frustrating
crease in the middle.
So frustrating.
And then the seating chart looks
okay,
and it was
from packaged the front. Really well.
Yeah, and it actually was packaged pretty well. It was in a cardboard. It had like a styrofoam kind of soft wrapping, and they were like put together, and then it was in the stiff cardboard. But I think maybe there's just still wasn't enough cardboard. I mean, it literally said fragile on it too. Or they just gave zero.
Or it bent sometime in the packaging of it or something like that.
Yes. But there was a crease on the outside packaging. So yeah, it had to be something possibly in transportation or in the handoff or something like that. So yeah, unfortunately.
Did they respond back yet?
Yeah, so I emailed them. We got it on Saturday, emailed them right away. They got back to me. Actually, like 10 different people got back to me because it's the support email. But at least they're all responding. And then I tried to send them some videos, but it would only, even as a zip file, it had to send as a Google link, and so they weren't able to open it. So then I just sent them a bunch of just photos and had to even drop down the quality of the image to be able to send it.
They're not fighting back at all, or?
Well, they asked for photos. I sent it to them, and then they asked for more information of, do you have a deadline? Thankfully, I did this
early,
much in advance, because I knew, something could happen, or what if, I was more thinking, what if the printing doesn't look good? But I wanted to do it early just for this reason. So thankfully I have a cushion. Hopefully they haven't pushed back on me yet, but they haven't officially confirmed that they're gonna replace it. Because one person was like, what is a satisfactory solution? I'm like, obviously I want new signs. And like ASAP.
What do you mean what's a satisfactory, like,
yeah,
I want a brand new sign printed.
Yeah, I clearly need some signs.
Overnighted to my house. Like, that's the solution.
Clearly I need it before the date printed on the sign. But yeah, so I told them.
They're probably an overseas EA.
Yes. And like by the amount of responses, it's obviously, there's different people answering that same email too. But hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully we can get some new signs. They said they're going to make sure they put extra padding. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if it helps. Maybe also put on their "do not bend."
Yeah,
I mean, you would think that would be obvious with the fragile, but
no. I mean, they do have stickers that say like "do not bend." Yeah, like fragile just means like don't like drop it. They need to have the "do not bend."
Yeah,
like that's more of like a better sticker
handle
to have
with care.
on there. Yeah.
All of the things.
Yeah.
Only stand upright or whatever
keep upright.
Yeah. Just put all the stickers on it. So hopefully that comes back. But again, thankfully I'm not sweating it because it's not too close to our wedding date. This would suck if this was a
couple days before.
I would be like, I have to handwrite a sign right now. I have to go to I don't even know where. To get some like poster board and
Michael's
handwrite it. So I'm glad that we have time.
Yeah, that'd be awful.
That was my fail of the week. And then also maybe my under seasoning the steak. But that's an easy fix, and now I know moving forward. Yeah. Did you have any wins or fails this week?
I would say my win this week is I used the Traeger. So last time I used the Traeger to meal prep, we had that grease fire that we talked about.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can go check out that Fail Forward Friday episode with Taylor.
Yeah. So long story short, we were meal prepping 2 weeks ago. I was trying a new way of cooking chicken thighs, and I was told to put the Traeger up to 400 degrees. Haven't used the Traeger at 400 degrees before. Traeger was a little dirty, and we had a grease fire. And there was a lot of flames, and it was scary. Really sketch.
Possibly could have burned down the house.
Could have burned down the house. Didn't, thankfully. Fast forward to this past weekend, I was nervous about using the Traeger. So I hadn't used it since the fire.
Yeah.
But it all turned out well. And so this win.
And you cleaned it out.
And I cleaned it out. And the win this week is we cooked some delicious pork chops and no fire. And the Traeger worked beautifully.
That's awesome.
So that would be my win for the week.
Good job.
My fail for the week, probably losing in fantasy football again. That's probably my...
Are you 0-2?
I am going to be 0-2 in both leagues. Yeah, so we're not off to a good start in fantasy football.
That's tough.
But it's okay. It's a long season.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen.
You're playing the long game.
I'm still confident that we can make playoffs. So
are all of your team healthy?
They're all healthy. They're just not playing well. They're just not playing well.
Okay.
So I need to make some roster changes. Need to drop some people, pick up some people.
Can you do that every week?
Yeah, you can do that daily.
Daily. Wow.
So I might make some trades, but I've really learned that in fantasy, like at least the leagues I play in, like no one ever trades because everyone's kind of like, why are you trading me that person? Are you trying to like screw me over? Like, are you trying to give me somebody that's crappy and I don't know about it? And like, it's kind of like the way people think. So I've never been in a league that like people actually trade.
Everyone's sus.
Everyone's sus. So everyone usually just picks up people off the waivers.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have to trade or is there just like a pool of
No, there's a pool of like available players.
Okay.
And like, so every single week there's a waiver order. So like there's players that are available to pick up, but they're obviously like better and more sought after than the other amount of players that are on there. So like, okay, for instance, example, the wide receivers. Maybe the top like 3 people are like good players that like people will want to pick up, and then the rest of the players kind of suck. So those top 4 people have like a waiver priority. So when each week the teams rotate on who gets the waiver wire priority. So there's 12 teams. So it's like this week I might have number 1 spot in the waiver order, and then it goes down. So when the free agents are available or the picks, when you pick up people after the waiver order is available, after it's on Tuesdays, if you and I both go for the number 1 wide receiver and we're like both trying to pick him up off the bench, since I have the waiver priority and we both pick that person, I'm going to get that person. So you can pick up anyone you want, but there is kind of a priority level, but it just depends on who you're picking up.
And are people constantly doing that? Or
People are constantly picking up people and dropping people. So, yeah.
But just trades tend to not happen.
Trades tend to not happen.
Got it. Okay.
Because people try to think that they're screwing other people over.
I mean, seems
sus.
Seems fair to...
I'm along the lines like when somebody sends me a trade, I'm like, why do you want this guy? Why are you giving me that guy? I don't buy it. You're trying to steal someone good from me.
Yeah, there's lack of trust.
Yeah, but those are my wins and
those
are my wins and my fails for this week.
Nice.
Nothing crazy, but nothing super awesome.
Yeah. Another one of my wins was I got to go hiking with my little. I call her my little. So she and I met, I think 11 years ago. I think we're at about 11 years.
That's crazy.
I think last year was 10 years. But I joined Big Brothers Big Sisters when I first moved to LA. I forget. I think I heard it. So I used to always volunteer growing up, and especially when I was in high school, and I loved it. I did, even in college, I volunteered at Children's Hospital because I just really loved being around the kids and especially the babies. And I used to, sometimes they'd be like little preemie babies, and you would go and hang out and give their parents a break. And I could never think of anything because they're like, oh, it's really good when you sing to them. And I'm like, oh, I feel bad for these babies because I cannot sing. And I could never think of anything really to sing. So I used to always just sing them Backstreet Boys or NSYNC because those are the only songs I could just remember off the top of my head. Because it's crazy how your memory as a kid, those things get ingrained in you, and then it's like, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I can remember this Backstreet Boys song from 20 plus years ago.
Right. Well, because you just played on repeat.
Like, yeah, I played it 500 million times. Yeah. And then, Door Chants from our sorority days. And then I used to volunteer at Children's Hospital or at the elementary school and stuff, and I just really enjoyed that. So I wanted to get into something like that, but when I first moved here and I was looking for a job, I was like, okay, I can't commit to possibly doing something once a week or more than that because I don't know what my schedule is going to be. Like I was applying at hotels and, places where you might have crazy work schedules. So then I had heard about Big Brothers Big Sisters from someone, and that was, you were encouraged to meet once a month, but it was really on your schedule, and you would coordinate with the parent on what worked and what activity you would do. And so I signed up for it, and then when they find a match for you, they obviously give you the rundown, because most of the kids in Big Brothers Big Sisters have a really tough childhood. Mm-hmm. And for whatever things that they're going through, they share that with you because you need to be able to take that on and know that going into it. And so I remember they paired me with her, and I want to say she was 12 or 13, and I was a little nervous because I wasn't really expecting a teenager. I was more expecting someone who was younger. Actually, I think my coworker had done it, one of my coworkers, and I think she was the person who told me about that, because I was like, I want to volunteer or something, and then she told me about what she did. And I think she was paired with someone who was 7 or something like that. Wow. And so you have to commit a year. And obviously, if it doesn't work out for some reason or another, it's a big issue, you can talk to them about it. But in general, you're supposed to commit a year. And then after that, it's up to you if you want to continue, but you don't get paired with anybody else. Like, you don't just get another little after that. So the whole idea is that you'll be lifelong friends, essentially. And that's what I wanted, because I had also looked them up, and sometimes there was people at each other's weddings, and I was like, okay, that's awesome. I love that idea. So I was a little nervous, and then they told me, things that she had gone through, and so I was like, well, how can you say, if you truly want to volunteer, how can you say that you have specifications of, it's really tough to say, oh, I don't think I can handle that, because right. I'm in it for them. I'm not in it for me or whatever I think I can or can't handle. So then we got paired up, and she was very, very shy when we first met, and I used to go visit her. A lot of times we'd go to the movies and things like that, and it was cool because Big Brothers Big Sisters would sometimes hook you up with free movie tickets to something, or they would get people would donate to the organization, and you could get to go to a premiere. I think we got to go to once or something like that. So so I've seen her for I think 11 years now, which is crazy because now she's in her 20s. Now she's straight up an adult. I really think of her more as a friend than someone who I'm necessarily mentoring, even though obviously I still try to do that. But now we're able to relate a lot more in adult things, and right. and be so much more. I think she can be so much more open with me because she's kind of grown up with me. But I got to see her. I don't get to see her super often, just usually a couple times a year now, because now she's working a lot, and she was in school, and she's a true adult. It's also super weird that one time I hung out with her after she turned 21, and she had a drink at dinner. I was like, I don't think I can drink with you. I'm not ready for that. That's so weird. So, but yeah, it's been great, and she is coming to our wedding, which is special. But I got to see her, catch up with her on a hike this week. And then I also got to have a phone call with 2 of my best friends, which is always so great. Ooh. To connect and feel that little jolt. I always get that little jolt of when I catch up with a really good friend or a friend who I haven't talked to in a long time. Mm-hmm. So those are my wins for the week. for my yoga training. So
I was just gonna say your yoga training update. Where are we at?
no major update with the yoga training because
What? We're at 80%. They didn't know that.
Oh, I think I mentioned that on my last one, didn't I?
No, because you just got to 80%.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I'm at 80%. Woo!
yeah, like.
I'm learning about the chakras, which are the energy centers in the body. I think I just finished the throat chakra. So then now all of these are more up in the head, which are pretty fascinating to learn about. And I just followed up with the support line to see where my class script feedback is and when I can expect it. They said it usually takes 14 days, and right now we're at 11 days, I think, since I sent it. So they said they would follow up with the teacher, I don't know which teacher is assigned to look at it. So I'm hoping I get that back fairly soon, so then I can start working on. So the final assignment, you have to do 2 scripts that are verbatim, word for word, exactly what you would say in the class. So those are obviously the heaviest ones to write. And then after that, the remaining 6, you just write the poses. I think you don't have to write the whole word for word, like inhale, lift your left leg up, it would just be this pose. So I think I just need to nail down the harder chunks, and then the rest of it will be hopefully more smooth sailing. And then we also have a big announcement to share. Do you want to give a name?
We're getting another dog!
Jinx and Jet look scared. Yeah, we're getting another dog. Same type of breed as Waffles, so a standard golden doodle.
You hear that, Waffles?
This one, and also going for a girl, this one actually is going to have a red coat, so she'll look a little different than Waffles. And she was already born. She was in a litter of 10, which is insane. Waffles was in a litter of 9, and I already thought that
7 boys and 3 girls.
And what also is mind-blowing is that, I think I looked it up, it was dogs on average are pregnant for 63 days, and that's it. That's it. And they have 10 puppies? That's crazy. So she's already born. They only had 3 girls out of the 10, and we are 3rd pick. So it's going to be very fate-driven for which pup we end up with, because we don't even pick. We just end up with the last girl. And I think we'll probably have Waffles give some input on which name she likes best. We have a whole list of names, but now some of them might not fit because of just the coloring. I kind of like the name to sort of go along with how they look. Like Waffles, for example, she's the traditional golden color, and I had wanted to name her Butters. You weren't a huge fan of the name, but now we're like, we totally should have, because Waffles loves butter to a really unhealthy degree, where one time I pulled out 2 sticks of butter because I was going to bake for my younger cousins, and I was really proud of myself because I never remember to bring the butter to room temp. And then I always get stuck waiting for forever or using the microwave technique. And so I pulled it out, put it on the middle of the counter. I had a work call, so I didn't think anything of it. I thought they were out of reach. Come back, can't find them. Can't find them anywhere. And then I realized, oh no, I think Waffles maybe ate it. There's no trace of evidence. Then she ended up getting sick, throwing it up. Thankfully though, because the high fat in butter is actually a pretty big health risk for pets. So thankfully she got sick, and then the wrappers came out and they freaking were whole. There wasn't even a bite mark. So she literally, almost like, if anyone remembers Kirby, the video game where he just inhales everything, like she just sucked it in, didn't even bite it, just literally ate 2 sticks of butter whole. So we always say, like, we should have named her Butters. But her name is Waffles. So yeah, we'll probably have her give some input on which name she likes best. And we're not totally insane. So we're getting the dog after the wedding. That came up a few times when I've told some of my friends. They're like, "You're not getting the dog before the wedding, right?" No. We're getting the dog after the wedding. Still kind of crazy, but there's not really a good. I feel like there's never a good time to get a puppy. So basically, our thought process was. We've really wanted 2 dogs because Waffles would be so happy. She's totally meant to have a companion. And you know, the cats are there, but they can only tolerate so much. So she would love a companion. I actually grew up with having 2 dogs basically my whole life. My parents pretty much always had 2 dogs, and they're a huge advocate for companionship as well. And I've seen that in the cats, even they have each other, and that's been pretty huge. So we've wanted 2 dogs. We were not sure when we'd get a second dog, and it was kind of like either we get the second dog and have them trained ideally before we have kids, at least with the basic training, or we wait until the kids are kind of a quote-unquote manageable age, which I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that's when they go to school. I'm not sure.
That's not a thing.
What age that means, but it just sounds like a lot to have babies and a puppy. It doesn't sound like anyone's getting trained very well. Mom's just losing her mind. So yeah, that's kind of our thought process is either get it now, or by the time we get another one, Waffles will be happy, but she'll be possibly pretty old.
Yeah.
And not able to hang as much with the second pup. So it's gonna be total chaos.
Crazy.
But really cute chaos.
We'll be fine.
And I was thinking about how it's like it goes so fast. It seemed so chaotic in the moment. Now I'm trying to remember all the things that we did. I definitely need to rewatch some dog training videos from professionals about what you're supposed to do. We realized we need to kind of go through and think about any new supplies that we need for the pup, and
we need to puppy-proof the house again.
Yeah, which we still have our baby gates up. That we had a small reprieve for a little bit. Got to figure out if this can stay in. When we had Waffles, we actually moved this out of here and kind of had this little dining area be like a playpen. And even smaller, because when they're small, they tell you kind of keep them fairly enclosed, because that helps with the potty training. If they have a wide area to roam, they're more likely to have an accident, versus if it's a confined area, they don't want to have an accident where they sleep and eat. So gotta figure that out. Gotta bring that back down. Gotta get another crate, because Waffles is crate trained. Gotta get another crate for this other pup. Gotta get some puppy food. We have a lot of toys. I told Taylor the new pup deserves at least 1 or 2 toys, even though Waffles will probably steal it. But Waffles, we were just thinking about how Waffles, being the firstborn, quote unquote, pup, really got all the things. I mean, we had a pup box for a while, and she would know when it arrived. I think she could maybe smell the treats and stuff, but if that pup box came, she knew it was for her. She would get super excited. She'd destroy the toy in less than 12 hours, usually. And she had some good toys in there, and they just didn't last. Yeah. And always had some treats in there. So she really got all of the goodies. This new pup it's almost like we're like, do we still have her old harness? Great. It's very hand-me-downs. But we're excited, and stay tuned for more updates on that.
Ooh.
I mean,
we're excited.
Yeah, we're excited. Waffles was a really easy pup. Like, she only woke us up once or twice in the middle of the night, and that was when she was sick. So I'm hoping the new pup is very similar, and same with Waffles with her potty training. I mean, she was pretty much, thankfully, the person we got her from kind of had an indoor-outdoor area, and so right away the pups kind of started learning to go outside to use the bathroom. And so when we got her, she pretty much already knew. To
go outside.
It was more, anytime she got an accident, which was only like a handful of times, it was more my fault, because I was like, oh, I can send one more email and she'll be okay. And then it was not okay. But yeah, I mean, which I think we learned in dog training too. Most of the accidents that happened are because the human didn't take the necessary precautions to either see the sign of them needing to go out or, you know, being bored or something like that and do something about it. And here's more WWE action for you if you're watching the video. But yeah, so she was pretty easy. She was pretty easy, and we're hoping for kind of the same. That's you. Sorry. Hey, that's you. That's you.
And with that, we're going to wrap it up.
Waffles is barking at her reflection in the window. So we'll wrap it up.
Thanks for watching our 6th episode. We hope you enjoyed yourself. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Share with a friend.
Share with your friends.
Not Fully Qualified on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram. And if you would love to share any of your wins, fails, or anything that you'd like to see in future episodes, you can also email us at notfullyqualified@gmail.com.
Stay classy.